now that players are stepping up in the absence of Malkin, Tanev, Bluger, Kapanen, I think we're seeing now that they've got some real balance up and down their lineup. So in a way, this has been a blessing in disguise to allow for guys to play in bigger roles, take on more responsibility. I think the Malkin thing, where it concerns me, the reason why I don't think it's automatically, a huge boost to the Penguins is what it's going to do to their power play. Because right now I'm seeing Jared McCann, another power play goal tonight, Richie, leads the team. I think he's going to get taken off that power play unit by Mike Sullivan to make room for Evgeny Malkin, and that's a mistake. Because I think when you get all those stars out there on the power play, there's a tendency right now to overpass and not shoot. And so I would want McCann out there, but I think Sullivan will go back to giving it to guys that have the resume. So he'll keep Rust, he'll keep Gensel, he'll go Letang, Malkin, and Sid. But McCann right now, I think, is the catalyst behind their much improved power play.
Yeah, I always liked when they had all the stars out on the ice, but it never seemed to work. The power play struggled. They would go. It would be consistently inconsistent. Even when you'd put Crosby and Malkin on the ice on the same line at times, it never worked. I don't understand why it didn't work. Not enough pucks, I guess. Sometimes Malkin likes to do too much out there.
Well, I'm just asking for a power play that, puts them in position to not lose momentum in games and score. They score 1 out of 3. It's like a baseball. It's like baseball, like a hitter. You go 1 for 3 every day, you end up in the Hall of Fame, they always say. If you go 1 for 3 on your power play every night, you're going to win a lot of games. That's what you want. You'll take a power play that hits 30% of the time. And they've done that without Malkin. And so when they get him back, they get careless, I think, sometimes. They try to make the highlight reel goal. And I believe that McCann has had a shoot-first mentality, and he hasn't tried to be too fancy. And I hope Mike Sullivan is picking up on that too and rewards him once Malkin returns to the lineup. By the way, Casey DeSmith, we saw it in that highlight package, made one of the best saves I've ever seen in my life when he punched that puck out of the air with his blocker. I've never seen a save like that. I mean, it was one for the ages, and I would say probably it's the save of his career to this point, Richard.
Yeah, that's what I called it in the highlights. I mean, it kind of reminded me of something you'd see from Fleury a little bit, making a save like that. But, yeah, it was an incredible save, and it actually kept the game tied there, kept the Penguins had a chance to go ahead. All right, let's go out to Howard. What's up, Howard?
Yeah, I'd like to get your thoughts on the passing of Phil Coyne. He was I got to meet Phil a few years ago. I had a friend who worked on the ground crew. He allowed me into a section to talk to my friend, and a few months later, I became a member of the Pirates ground crew, and I ran across the field to talk to him, and he was just excited about me becoming a member of the Pirates ground crew as I was. But I think he's as much a face of baseball as any player that ever played, and I'd like to see a statue built to him. I'd like to know what your thoughts on that are.
Well, thanks for your call. And, yeah, we know a lot about Phil Coyne. He's a legend. I met him, I think, once or twice. I didn't really know him that well. Pony, did you know him? I mean, he's definitely a legend. There's no question about it. And, the thing you got to like about Phil Coyne is he loved the Pirates no matter what. He loved baseball. And I love to see that. I mean, I love the Pirates. I have Bucko fever sometimes, but it's hard to have it right now. But he did.
Well, I think ushers are salt of the earth people. I think ushers are pretty much baseball's version of a bartender. You treat an usher well, they treat you well. A $10 bill tip goes a long way with an usher. You could turn $10 and you might get $100 of, they might give you not a $100 bill back, but I'm saying they're going to give you $100 in service back. Let me put it that way. Some of my favorite people at games to talk to, they've seen a lot. In Phil Coyne's case, he did that job for like 80 years. And it spanned 3 ballparks, Forbes Field, Three River Stadium, and PNC Park. So absolutely met him a few times. Felt lucky to talk to him about anything. I mean, Ralph Kiner stories like you couldn't believe on that guy, Roberto Clemente as well. I mean, he probably knew the Pirates as well as any baseball historian in town because he was there for all those historic moments. So absolutely 102 years. You lived that long, Richie. That's a life worth celebrating. And to me, I'm right with the caller. I don't know if they're going to put a statue up, but he's definitely a guy that never played a game, but was synonymous with the franchise.
Yeah, I mean, think about all the plays he saw, all the people he saw go through there.
Oh, yeah.
It's just amazing. I mean, you got the Mazeroskis, the Roberto Clementis. I'd imagine he's seen Mickey Mantles and all those guys coming through there. It's kind of.
I mean, to the best of my knowledge, there are only two people left in town to have seen Hannes Wagner, the great late Phil Coyne and Ron Cook. So we're running out of people. A Flying Dutchman, Richie.
Yeah, I was going to bring him up. I didn't know if Phil. I didn't ever ask him that. Did he see Hannes Wagner play?
No, I'm kidding. I don't think so. I just wanted to get a little cheap shot in there at Ron Cook's expense. Ron knows I'm kidding because I miss Ron. Ron used to wear a great leather jacket on this show.
Oh,
I was
he
a
did?
huge fan of that look. Oh, yeah, he pulled that off. I couldn't pull it off, but he could.
People were calling him Ronzi for a little bit. He had the leather jacket on. Yeah, like Fonzie. Ronzi. Yeah, I remember that.
No doubt.
All right, now let's go to our Tri-State Office Furniture tweet of the day, and this is from Golf on CBS. How about this guy? Tee shot with an iron and 2 putts with the fairway wood. Just your average par for Si-Woo Kim on number 16. Couldn't putt, doesn't like his putter, so he's putting with the fairway wood. You ever do that, Pony? I don't.
Wait a minute. Did the putter break? He went by choice to the fairway wood today?
No, he didn't
way.
go by choice. He didn't go by choice. Yeah, he was struggling out there with the putter. So I guess when you're frustrated with your putter,
he did okay.
And you break
What did he finish? 3 under? I mean, he's not out.
I got to check.
He's not
where
out
he
of
is right
contention.
now.
I think he's only 4 back.
He's only 4 back. All right, we got to take a break. Back with more of your phone calls coming up next. Stay right there.